As we were about to enter one of the most remarkable years in our lifetime, Northern Pride wanted to make sure the stories of those in the community were told and remembered. The Life in Lockdown project started as a way for people to express themselves and share their stories, but as the collection grew in size and significance, it became apparent that this was something that needed to be accessible for generations to come.
What we've been able to do with the support of our sponsor now, Ubisoft, we've been able to really bring a team of creatives together. So we've had digital images created by Hayden Brown Photography, we've had video show reels created by DW Media, but what we've been able to do as well is bring on Journals of Dami, who is a writer who will be taking these stories and you really bringing them to life with key facts about what's actually been going on during the pandemic. So whilst we're reading the story of a person who's went from an office type environment to making PPE, or whether that's a post worker or somebody who's been running their own independent business during the pandemic, we'll be able to reflect those stories with actually key statistics and facts about what's been going on during the pandemic and how we've been coping as a country, really to make it a nice rounded approach. So when we publish this book, which we will be putting into all secondary schools and libraries within Tyne and Wear, it will really mean that actually these stories that people read can be educational about this moment in history.
And now that we're on the way out of lockdown, STI is determined that Northern Pride will play its part in the LGBTQ+ community's recovery, outlining their own roadmap to make sure people are getting the support they need with employment, mental health and well-being.
We have a role to play in supporting the LGBTQ+ community recover on the back of the pandemic. That's not just about getting people together or putting on an event or anything like that. We understand it goes much deeper than that in terms of how do we play an active role in making sure that we can support our community recover from job loss. So, how do we support our community get back onto the employment ladder? How do we support individuals that might actually want to start their own businesses or start their own initiatives and things like that? But then actually businesses that are running right now are struggling as well. So how do we play a role in supporting LGBTQ plus run businesses and independents across the region? We don't want to do any of these activities by putting anybody in any kind of position that's going to be uncomfortable with them due to the pandemic. So we're going to be looking at these activities and events really starting to take place once we're out of this roadmap. So whether that's the 21st of June or whatever the date is that follows, then that's when we'll start getting people together. That's when we'll start giving people the additional support that we can need. So when we do get ourselves back into the community, we can truly be there to support everybody.